Welcome to day one. Yesterday was day 0. We are hiking up the ascent of Springer Mountain now. Just left the shelter just 5 minutes ago or so. Hey Boogie, how's it going, man?
Good. How y'all
Good,
doing?
good. And we survived the night.
Yeah.
It was an adventurous night. Riley was, when we got there about 5 p.m., Riley settled down very quickly and just kind of caught up on rest. He was clearly very tired. And then it seemed like right as we were ready to go to bed, about 9 o'clock, he started, and it got dark, he started hearing various noises, and that kind of continued throughout the night pretty much. And he would, whenever he would hear a noise that was new to him, he would just get up and look, and he was ready to, I mean, I had him on leash the whole time, but if he wasn't on leash, he was ready to just go out and see what it was. And so I was kind of on edge the whole night with making sure that I had a good hold of the leash. And so I didn't get a great night's sleep, but I feel much better this morning knowing that we got through it.
Yeah.
And it cooled down significantly, so like it was good that we had our warm clothes with us.
Oh yeah, yes.
And then even later in the night, about 3 a.m., Riley sensed something in the bushes near the shelter that was very disturbing to him, and he was yelping and barking and whining and trembling, and was not about to go back to sleep. He was just watching guard. Come on, Riley. And we Boogie shined his headlamp into the bushes to see if we could figure out what it was, and then it wasn't until like just around the crack of dawn that he started to do it again, and we noticed that there was a frog that was jumping right underneath the picnic table.
Yep.
And it seemed like that was what, at least at that time, that's what Riley was focused on, and he was behaving exactly the same way. So it's good to know we have at least a little idea of what it was that was causing his behavior. But I figured out a slightly better, Riley, come on, stop eating grass. Figured out a slightly better system. So in the middle of the night, I switched my leash strategy from wrapping it around my wrist to I just wrapped it around the center of my body, and then attached it to his harness, and that gave me more hand movement, hand freedom, and I felt much more secure that he wasn't gonna just get detached from me. So I will definitely be using that next time I stay in a shelter. And I'm also, I think it'd be a good idea to try tenting in the near future to see if he behaves more comfortably, I guess.
Oh yeah.
You know, being more sheltered from the noises, and also there's definitely more security in the tent in that he'll probably sense the walls and not be as ready to jump out and
Yep.
and go get whatever he senses. So yeah, we should be up on the top of Springer Mountain pretty soon. The morning hikes usually go much quicker than just because you know your legs are fresh.
Right.
And it seems like it just goes a lot easier than when you're hiking later in the day. So we'll check back in on once we get to the top. So we are not yet at the top, but we're getting close. I think we should be there soon. So there's a blue blaze on that tree, signifying that we're still on the approach trail. But this is what the climb looks like. I'm sure it doesn't look incredibly steep on camera, but this feels, yeah, and it's not like crazy steep, but it's making me tired and making me breathe. And Riley's got a good breath to him as well. So I think it should be right at the top there. Once we get to the top, we're just kind of doing circles. And Riley's been trying to eat a lot of grass as we make our way. How's it going, Bugs?
Oh, it's going.
I'm sorry, Boogie. Boogie.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. There's another channel that I've been watching. And he's got a friend with a trail name of Bugs.
Oh, okay.
And so that's in my head.
Oh, yeah. Yep, it's Boogie.
Yeah, cool.
Obviously, it ain't because how fast I move on the trails, though.
What's that?
I said it's not called. I'm not called
Yeah.
Boogie because how fast I move on the trails.
Uh-huh.
I'm slowpoke.
Yeah.
I'm
Do you want to explain how you got your trail name? Well, it's your nickname, you said.
Yeah, it's basically a name because the way I walk with a sway.
Sure.
Say I boogie when I walk, so.
That makes sense. Good background story.
Oh, yep.
And I have my bug net on because I'm sure you can't see the bugs on camera very easily, but they especially when we're going slow and when we stop, they are swarming. And I mean, it's not unbearable, but I just keep my bug net in my pouch pocket of my pack, and so why not put it on? Yeah, feel a little more comfortable. All right, so should be there soon. So we are taking a break. Boogie decided to take a break back there, and Riley refuses to go forward until Boogie catches up to us. So it gives me time to take a break as well. I feel like we're getting close to something important. There's a sign there, and this is all flat. Look what we have here. There's a blue blaze right behind Boogie. That's the first blue blaze of the approach trail going down to Amicalola Falls. And oh no, I was wrong. This sign here this sign says approach trail.
Oh, okay.
So that's the first blue blaze. And look at what we have here. Look at what we have here. Riley, what's this? There's a plaque. Appalachian Trail, Georgia to Maine. A footpath for those who seek fellowship with the wilderness. Riley, you got your leash underneath your leg. Let me help you. Hold up, buddy. Hold up, Riley. There we go. And there's another plaque. Riley, come on. Back here. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Right here. All right. Appalachian National Scenic Trail, Springer Mountain. Elevation 3,782 feet. Southern terminus. And Riley, hey, we'll give you some water. And then that right there, that little mailbox. Watch out, Riley. Whoops, sorry, buddy. This is where the register is, where people can sign in. Very nice. Riley, we'll get you some water. All right. So we're still here on the top of Springer Mountain. That right there is the first white blaze of the Appalachian Trail. And I just thought it'd be cool if I show a little bit of the AT guide that I'm using. So I'm using this guide that I got in 2017, and it's got these page inserts. Yeah, so these pages which detail the specific details of the trail. So this page right here shows the section of the trail that we hiked yesterday from Amicalola Falls State Park, the visitor center, all the way up to Springer Mountain. So according to this, the mileage was 8.8 that we've done so far. And it's probably a little bit off from that because we had a detour where we couldn't go up the waterfall.
Yeah.
So whereas this assumes that we took the standard route up the waterfall. But yeah, so basically the way that we interpret this is on the left side, the numbers going down here refer to NoBo hikers. And the numbers right after that refer to NoBo hikers. So since we're going northbound, this just represents the mileage of each landmark that's described here. And then it gives, the far right number gives the elevation for each of these descriptors on the trail. And then if you look at it as a sideways view, this gray line here is just a high level visual of what the elevation is. So you can just look at it at a glance and know if you're going to be going uphill or downhill. So that's helpful. And so now when we flip to the next page, this is the start of the actual AT. And so it looks like, according to the elevation profile, the first 4 miles are mostly downhill.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And you can't rely on that solely, because this is just the high level elevation. But when we're actually hiking it, there's going to be stretches where there's small stretches of uphill that just aren't big enough to show on this map here.
Okay.
I remember on my previous hikes looking at the elevation and seeing that it's mostly downhill, and then when I actually do it, I experience uphills, and they feel even harder when I go into it with the expectation that it's supposed to be downhill. Whereas if the elevation profile showed me before I started hiking it that is going to be uphill, then I would have set my expectations differently, and it wouldn't have felt as hard as it did. It always feels harder when it's counter to your expectations. So yeah, so the first shelter, they have the first shelter, Springer Mountain shelter, just 0.2 miles north of us. And then they have another shelter, Stover Creek shelter, 2.8 miles on the trail. I guess they intentionally clustered the shelters pretty close to the start of the trail. Okay. Just because most people aren't doing huge miles at the start. Yeah. And then from there on, they get spread out closer to an average of about 10 miles per shelter, I guess. So cool. So here's the view. We'll stay here a little bit more and soak it in, and then take the glorious footsteps onto the actual AT.
Bugs are running.
Yeah, so yeah, there's bugs all around here. So that's probably going to encourage us to get going. Do you mind taking a quick shot of me and Riley?
Oh no.
And this is taking video right now, so you don't have to worry about pressing anything.
Okay. Yeah.
I can edit it later and just grab any screenshot from it I want. Hold up, buddy. Hold up, Riley. Come on, Riley. Up here. Come on. Here you go, Riley. Good boy. Oh, good boy. Good boy. All right. Riley, come on.
These are both you guys in the picture.
All right.
It just got off.
No, it's still going.
Oh, okay.
If you press the side button, there's a button on the side. The picture will come back.
I got it.
Yep. Riley, what's going on, man? All right, that's good. Yep, thank you.
Hey, no problem. You're very welcome.